Justice is equity, and it knows no boundary. The litigants have genuine cause of action, and Judge Fumi Asaolu is ever ready to dispense justice, ensuring amicable settlement.
So how come she's not been paying this man out of the profit she's making? Explain it to her. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's an act of wickedness. And she's trying to play smart. That's the impression I'm having.
She is fearless.
Don't you ever look at me straight in the eyes and say, wait.
She is firm.
I don't see this man as somebody that will kill you. All he wants is for you to just perform conjugal rights. I'm telling you.
She is hilarious. The dispute is real, and the judgment is binding. This is the Justice Court.
Today on the Justice Court, when an aspiring actor decides to bravely venture right into the heart of business, only the force of death can stop him. Benga is suing Malik for the sum of 1.2 million naira, being the cost of 400 chickens purchased on credit. Malik helped facilitate the transaction, but he is not the actual one who bought the chickens.
All rise. Court in session. Honorable Judge Fumi Asaolu presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, this case is between Benga and Malik. Parties sworn on oath.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Benga Jana, you are the plaintiff. You are suing the defendant, Malik Kurudu, for the sum of 1.2 million naira, being the purchase price of 400 birds bought on credit. Yes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'd like you, Mr. Benga, to explain to me how you met him, when it occurred, and the transaction. When did you start the farm? Is it a poultry or poultry and farming?
It's a poultry farm.
Purely
Poultry farm.
All
yes.
right.
Right.
Okay. So when did you meet him?
I met Mr. Malik earlier January also. That's early 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you reside?
I reside at the Gombe.
He disclosed to you that he wants to bring somebody down to come and buy from you.
Yes. Alaji Modinat.
Alaja Modinot.
Alaja Modinat.
So Alaja Modinot came to your farm to pick the birds.
To pick the birds.
She came personally to pick the birds?
Yes, with him.
Okay, with him?
Yes.
All right then. Okay.
So, the only thing I issued him that day was an invoice in care of Alaja Modinat.
You have a copy of that here?
I have a snapshot, but I give him the copy of it.
Let me see the snapshot on your phone. Just a minute. Okay, all right. That's noted. So they came together. How much was paid at the point when they were collecting the birds? You gave them out without collecting a dime. Why did you take that decision?
Alaja Modina had certain buyers that she will also dispose in bit to recuperate the money. So the span that the time frame that was given was between 2 to 3 weeks, which is common in the business. Okay. Right. But because of the closeness and the trust I had for him, I decided to extend the credit line to her.
So what period did you give them to pay up? How many weeks?
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yes.
That's not specific. Next time you agree on a specific time, either you say 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Well, no problem. Mr. Malik, as at the time you brought Elijah to come and pick the birds, what was your source of income at that time? You were not working?
No.
All right.
We met on set, like he said. Then we developed interest. I started talking. So then Mr. Benga Jana here told me what he does aside from writing. Because he says he's a writer. No, he is a writer. So after everything, he told me he has a
He
poultry
informed
farm.
you
Yes.
that is into farming business
Yes,
and he
he
has
did.
a poultry.
Yes.
And you told him you have somebody that you want to bring over to come and...
That wasn't immediately.
So what led to that?
Based on the fact that he already told me what he does aside from writing.
Okay.
So, a few weeks after we met on set, there's this woman whom I've known for a while, let me say. She's also into the business whereby she sells and resells.
Between you and who?
Mr. Benga and Jana.
Okay.
So I have to talk to her if she's interested in buying in bulk, since he says yes.
And they agreed on releasing, you released 400 birds.
He spoke to the woman one-on-one while I was seated. So after everything, they agreed and I stand in as the guarantor for the woman.
Okay, so you stood in as a guarantor?
Yes, I stood
obviously.
in.
Now, after the 2-3 weeks period, duration that you granted, that the plaintiff, that's Benga, granted to Elijah, what happened thereafter?
Between that...
Did you make any demand?
Yes, ma'am.
You called Elijah or you called him?
I called him.
When he called you, what was your response?
She passed on early September. That was not long after we had the business transaction.
Early September.
Yes.
The 3 weeks expiration you gave them, when was it?
The best was taken on the 20th of August.
20th of August.
Yes.
So that was just about what time did she die in September? Early, middle?
Middle. Yes.
So that's barely like a month after.
Yes.
That's what you're saying, right? Okay.
Your Honor, the invoice I gave to him had my business account. And when I didn't get any alert, that was I started calling him.
So when you find out that the woman has passed on, did you take any further step?
Yeah.
Because you see, the issue is when people die, there's what we call estate of the person. You have assets. Do you understand?
Sure.
But unfortunately, from what I've heard, it appears the two of you had a verbal agreement. You don't have a written agreement. So what step did you take?
Like I said, I called him back to let him know. Okay. But
did you approach the family at all?
I don't know her family actually, but I know her husband.
That's part of her family.
Okay, yeah, but during that period,
she sold everything.
She did. So I don't know if she actually got the money before the incident or that's just...
Benga, the plaintiff, wants Malik to pay back 1.2 million naira worth of chickens in a transaction where he stood as a guarantor. But Malik is just a graduate and an aspiring actor with no funds or security. How will he pay up? The rest after the break.
I stand in as the guarantor for the woman.
You stood in to be a guarantor, but there's nothing that you have in place as a security to ensure that in case she cannot come up with the money, I can always fall back on this. Or even shift that stuff to you to dispose of and pushing the money. Now let me tell you, I'll start with you. In case of some other time, when you have this kind of transaction, make sure that you collect a collateral. If you can't get a collateral, get a guarantor. Investigate the guarantor. Anybody can get up and say, I want to be a guarantor. He stood in as a guarantor. They can't come up with the money now. Now let me tell you, I'll be holding you responsible for the sum of 1.2 million naira. Let me explain it to you. So ordinarily the burden is on Elijah to pay. But by the time you stood in as a guarantor, it shifts to you that if she does not pay, you understand, you have to pay. And you now put it in writing. Let me put it there. Let me read it out to you for you. Sometime around August last year, I went to Mr. Benga with the agreement that I want to help a so-called Elijah Modinot to get some birds on her behalf. You know, it's obvious that the transaction is on her behalf. But now you took a step further and you said, and that I was going to ensure Elijah pays back all the money in 2 weeks' time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And when you now talk about ensure, what does that mean? You are saying that I make certain that this thing occur. If you check the dictionary, that's what like. So you are guaranteeing, you understand? So you have to pay. Because I'm going to hold you liable for that. Everything centers around you. I've told you the mistake you made. Now I'm going to tell you too. Because the transaction between the two of you is just similar to the transaction between you and Elijah. You were careless when you were dealing with him. And the same thing is applicable to you and Elijah. Do you understand?
That's true.
Because there is nothing. You stood in to be a guarantor. But there's nothing that you have in place as a security to ensure that in case she cannot come up with the money, you understand, I can always fall back on this. Or even ship that stuff to you to dispose of and pushing the money. I hope you understand.
That's fair enough.
Anyway.
When we come back, Judge Fumi wraps up this case with her ruling.
Now, judgment for the plaintiff. The judgment in this case is for the defendant to pay 1.2 million naira to Mr. Gbenga Ajana, being the actual price, purchase price of 400 birds at the rate of 3,000 naira per one. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Continuing today on the Justice Court, a fish farming business that seems to have gone belly up, a fast businesswoman and her very furious sponsor.
It appeared you people made a loss
Yes.
from the business. So
Yes.
what happened?
She convinced me to going into it that whatever capital I put into it, I will have almost the same profit, something like that.
So it's not a business you ventured into before.
You should try and understand with me too. Because me too, I really want us to make money and gain.
If she understand, I'm sure you won't be here in the manner you think she should understand.
Itoro Peters is suing her friend Esther Good for the sum of 889,600 naira as investment she used to fund a fish farming business that now has gone belly up. Esther says she was so sure the business was profitable, but now wants time to offset the borrowed payment.
All rise. Court in session. Honorable Judge Fumi Asaolu presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, this case is between Itoro and Esther. Parties sworn on oath.
Thank you, Akin.
You're welcome.
The plaintiff, Itoro Peters, you are suing the defendant, Esther Good, for the sum of 2,132,000 naira. Is that correct? What's your claim before the court?
The total amount is 2,132 naira. But after sales, some money was recovered, and then she had paid some money, so it reduced.
So how much is she owing you right now?
889,400.
800 and?
89,600.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain to me what's transpired? What's going on here?
Last year, March, Esther, my friend, came to me. She brought a business proposal, and that was fish farming. But I didn't know anything about it, so I declined. I didn't want to go into it. But she convinced me to going into it that whatever capital I put into it, I will have almost the same profit, something like that. She said that she's standing in that if I agree to fund the fish farming, that if there is any loss, she's assuring me that she's going to pay me the outstanding. That I agreed, but I had to tell her that she will sign that she would pay me, which she agreed. So on that, I was now sure she knew what she was doing, and I decided to fund it. So that's it.
Can I have a copy of the agreement? Okay. Please, can you get it from me?
It was a careless agreement.
How long have you known Esther?
I knew her 2014.
So when did you go into this business together?
March.
March when?
March 20. I'm sorry, let me check my record.
Go ahead.
March 28th.
2018.
2018.
18, okay. What business are you into?
Fish farming.
You?
Presently.
Yes.
I'm into sales of shoes and handbag.
At that time, what were you into?
Nothing.
At the time you went to business with her?
Yes.
Okay, all right then. So, what happened?
Actually, she's my very good friend, and I've seen some of my friends that go into this fish pond and all that.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a businesswoman.
What do you sell?
For now, I used to sell, cook, and sell food and all that. You understand? And one of my friends now introduced me to...
Don't tell me, do you understand?
Ma?
Don't tell me, do you understand?
Sorry, my lord.
All right.
So my friend now introduced me to this fish pond and all that. That if I should go into it, I'm going to make a lot of money out
Your
of
friend
it.
introduced you to it?
Yes.
Okay.
So since I didn't really have the money, I have to meet my friend.
So it's not a business you ventured into before?
I just want to go into it. So I now involve her to come into the business. That we should do it, that there's money, that people that are doing it, they say they used to get a lot of money.
So what now happened? Because it appeared you people made a loss from the business. So what happened?
The place that we saw is in Lakwe. And the place we bought for the fish pond, the water was not passing. There's no way the water could pass. So what I do is I have to employ workers. So they have to suck some of those water for the fish to be alive and all that. So for some time, the water wasn't going, so the thing started greening. So most of the fish started dying. So I have to call my friend to come and see it, the loss and all that. And she was very angry with me, which I understand with her. So I tried to beg her, make her understand that whatever it is, I'll struggle very hard to please pay her some part of the money. But
you didn't sign for part of the money. Let me read out what you signed. I, Esther, agree to pay my friend Itoro back a capital if this business of fish we are venturing into fails.
My
so
lord,
what you agreed to do is total refund.
My lord,
it's not part payment. I wasn't there when the two of you signed this.
I can't even remember I signed that.
Okay, please, let me show it to her.
I know it's my handwriting.
Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your signature?
Yes, Lord.
It's not forged?
No.
Let me have it. The issue now is she wants her money back. 889,600 naira in accordance with this agreement.
My lord, she should try and understand with me too. Because me too, I really want us to make money and gain.
Do you understand?
Because I've really tried to
Wait a minute.
Sorry, my
You should try and understand. If she understand, I'm sure you won't be here. In the manner you think she should understand.
Sorry.
You won't be here. It has nothing to do with me. It's between the two of you. I'm not part of your agreement. And I wasn't there when the two of you signed this.
Itoro is asking Esther to pay up the capital lost on their fish farming business gone bad.
Any business you want to invest in, you must be empowered. You would have to do your research, due diligence, before you venture into it at all. Now she wants her money back. So how do you intend to pay her?
Esther wants to pay 10,000 naira each month to offset the sum, but Itoro wants 40,000.
Let me be paying 10,000.
I'm not the one. 10,000. How many years will it take you to offset 889,600? Is that acceptable to you?
No, Your Honor.
But Itoro isn't shifting her ground.
Your Honor, if she can be giving me 40,000.
That's what you want. You've heard her. She wants 40,000 naira on a monthly basis. Let me tell you, the very first mistake that you made, any business you want to invest in, you must be empowered. You would have to do your research, due diligence, before you venture into it at all. Now she wants her money back. So how do you intend to pay her?
I just have to work. I'll pay it.
How much are you earning averagely on monthly basis now?
At times I do this catering work.
The issue is this is a lot of money. So you have to work out how you are going to pay her back. Now you've suggested by installments. When do you want to start? Is that agreeable to you? To pay by installments?
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes.
So when do you want to start?
This month, my lord.
By next month.
Yeah.
That's September. Do you want to be paying on weekly or monthly basis?
Monthly,
Monthly
please.
basis.
Yes.
That's month end.
Yeah.
So how much do you intend to be paying?
My lord, please, let me be paying 13,000, please.
Speak up.
Let me be paying 13,000.
I'm not the one. 10,000. How many years will it take you to offset 889,600? Is that acceptable to you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Earlier on, I asked you. You said yes, but you were shaking your head at the same time. That's why I'm asking you again, to know your real position.
Your Honor, if she can be giving me 40,000.
That's what you want. You've heard her. She wants 40,000 naira on monthly basis. Do you know how many years it's going to take you to pay back 889,000? If you are to be paying her 20,000 naira on monthly basis, just put yourself in her shoes.
Please, my lord.
I'm not the one.
Please, can you collect?
That's nothing to do with me.
Please.
30,000. Which year will go pay that one finish?
I go pay. If I get past them, I will still give you.
Will these two come to an agreement, or will Judge Fumi have to decide for them? Decisions after the break.
Don't waste my time. You guys, you have to
Please.
agree. Is that acceptable, or you want your 40,000 naira minimum on monthly basis?
35,000.
She wants 35.
Order.
It's okay. Esther, you are telling me that you are ready to be paying her 35,000 naira on monthly basis until the total sum of 889,600 is fully paid.
Yes, my lord.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the sum of 889,000 naira 600 to be paid by Esther Good to plaintiff Itoro Peters at the rate of 35,000 naira per month on monthly basis at the end of each month commencing from September 2019. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Have you been cheated or have a dispute and want justice? Don't take laws into your hands. Log on to www.thejusticecourt.com and submit your case or call 0805 9837 472.